I don't have my music on. Anyway, hello.
That's how
I
you're
realized
starting
I'm
this?
like, that's how I'm starting.
Oh my
I don't have my music on. I was wondering why it's so awkwardly quiet. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Beer Talks. Today is a special day, not because Christmas just passed. Wait, what's the timeline for this, Addie? Like 3 weeks from now?
Something like that.
So
Something
happy
like that.
February.
Happy February! Yeah.
That's too funny.
Happy holidays to everybody. I hope you had a good one. It's weird, eh? We're like talking in past tense. Anyway, yeah, we're back. Talking at you again for another episode. I hope you guys had a good holiday. Happy New Year as well. Happy Valentine's Day as well.
Just
Wow.
happy generally, whichever day you're listening to
Yes.
this on.
Yes. But also, today is also an even more special day because today we have a special guest.
Wow.
Wow.
Stan, why don't you, since you're the one that invited her, why don't you take the lead?
So we today have my friend Kat. Is Kat okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So this is our friend Kat. She's joining us on the podcast today, having a beer and what I like to say, talk shit with us.
Welcome, Kat.
Hi, everyone.
Yay!
Thank you.
Welcome, Kat.
Maybe you want to tell. I don't know. Do you want to tell people about yourself? Maybe you can just say how long you've listened to this podcast for, or if you've ever listened to us at all.
So I am a low-key fan of the podcast. I do listen to a
Low-key.
lot of podcasts. And I've been listening to you guys from the beginning. And
Wow.
I've just really liked it because you guys talk about a lot of the millennial problems.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those are specific to us in Toronto. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but in Toronto.
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of it is relatable. I really like the real estate podcast episode, and I listen in on when I'm doing dishes or something where I kind of want to relax,
True.
and it's fun hearing my friends chat.
Actually, sorry. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Speaking of friends, she's not just a listener, by the way. We didn't just invite.
We just randomly grab a listener
Can
off
you
of
imagine?
Spotify.
No, there was actually like this contest going on, and then we had this whole like
A raffle
raffle
draw.
thing. Totally.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
totally
yeah.
won the golden ticket.
This is why you should comment on our Instagram post.
Yes.
True.
Winner!
Sorry, Kat. Do you want to elaborate on how you know us outside of the podcast so that people don't think that you were just some listener?
We just scouted
I'm
a
a-
fan.
I'm a loyal friend of Stanley and
Ah.
Addie's. Stan is a longtime friend of more than a decade.
That's unfortunate.
Addie is
Wow.
at this point a longtime friend as well. And then John, I met on the doorstep of his house to pick up a beer.
True. And ever since then,
Ever since
Long
then,
time
I
loyal
have,
friend.
again, been a loyal friend.
we have budded into something beautiful. Anyway, Kat is here. Today we'll be talking about a thing that she is an expert at, and none of us three are.
We are literally not
alright.
qualified for.
We have no qualification. But before we get to that, we have our beer of the day, which is the one that Addie found, Triple Bogey.
Yeah,
Right?
I thought the name was really
Is this from
cool.
Ontario?
Really? A golf
it-
term?
Yeah, I'm like triple. Oh wait, sorry, I don't golf. Triple bogey is a golf term.
Mm-hmm.
So triple bogey is a golf term. You get this when you have a very bad score.
Correct.
Oh,
It's when you're doing poorly.
That's why you drink.
Yes, that's why you're drink. Exactly. It is a lime green can.
Guys, I think I'm tipsy from smelling the beer and having two sips.
This is gonna be a great episode.
Are you a beer drinker, Kat?
No, and I haven't drank in 2 years. So
No.
I had a full lunch before this, full of cheese, and I thought that would sustain me.
That's how dedicated she
Full
is.
of cheese.
No,
I
not
highly
a,
appreciate
not a
it.
bowl. I had a lunch of tortellini with cheese, so I thought that would
Ooh.
stabilize me. But okay,
We're not like, you don't have like a problem, right? Like a like a
No.
token thing.
No.
No, you're breaking for us. Okay.
You know, did you say after if you have a problem?
No, I mean, those people with tokens and they've been
I
sober
get it.
for like 2 years,
No,
etc., etc.
it's one of the things I asked her before I invited her onto this podcast.
Okay. Anyway.
But anyway, triple bogey. So I
Bogey.
saw on the can. It is from Toronto,
Mhm.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Toronto.
It
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, it says Toronto, Ontario. Triplebogey.com.
Hmm.
We're not sponsored yet, but if Triple Bogey you are listening, I'm assuming this is the brewing company.
Yeah.
Triple Bogey Brewing Company. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
It says on the can, a triple bogey has never been this easy to swallow.
I saw that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, I cracked mine open. This is what it looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Clear.
I looked it up. This is their original blonde premium lager.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm interested. Okay, let me crack this.
What's the price point for this, Addy? You remember?
$3.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Affordable.
$3.
We like this.
Yeah.
It smells good.
It does. When you
Oh
crack
my
it open,
god,
it
it
does.
does. It smells like apple juice.
Yeah, it's not super fragrant, but it has like a nice subtle smell to
Mhm.
it.
All
Anyway,
right.
cheers.
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 Mm.
Tastes like apple juice.
Yeah, actually, this is really, really pleasant.
It's kind of weird that Kat, this is like her first drink after 2 years. So, like, how valid is your opinion on what this tastes like? You know, what
I'm
was
like,
the last drink that you had?
beer.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is what it tastes like. Refreshing.
It actually is very tame, though. It's a very.
Is it
tame-
what you were expecting, Kat? Like like when you were like, okay, I'm about to drink beer. Is this kind of
Mhm.
what you were expecting?
I think so. It has that beer taste. Is it a
I love
pale
it.
ale? I think that's the only thing I ever drank before. As
Mm,
long as
It's
it's,
a
not
premium
Guinness.
lager.
I just can't do
It's a lager.
Guinness. Anything like Guinness
Okay.
is just
like really dark strouts.
it's too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like an
Stouts,
enjoyable
stouts.
patio beer.
Yes, this is very
Mm.
much a patio beer.
Mm.
Now the real question
Mm.
is
Here
it
it
a
comes.
calamari beer? Here it comes.
What is calamari out of 10?
I would say, you know what? I actually don't think this is like a very good pair with calamari because I don't know if it's like think about it, right? Like
Mm.
I feel like I can just drink this beer on its own because I'm like
Mhm.
drinking juice,
Mhm.
right? But then I wouldn't be like, man, I want something like greasy, oily, like calamari to
Ah.
go with this.
Like this
I
would
don't
go
know.
with a salad.
Yeah.
Right.
Why? But yeah.
But like,
Why?
kind of more so than what do you call it? Oh my god, brain fart. Than calamari. Jesus.
I don't know if the price point is making some kind of bias in me. Now that I learned it's $3, but like in terms of like flavor, there's really not much going on. I don't think.
Mm.
It's not like a very deep beer. Like the beer says, it's like a perfect like patio beer after a game of golf. Like if you think about this in the summer, like this is a great beer to just be like, yeah, this is like nice, refreshing. I don't need anything with it. I don't have to sit down. It's just like
It
nice
just
beer.
it just doesn't taste like anything to me. You know,
Mm.
when some like there's no crispiness to it. It's like it feels flat and like I mean I'm critiquing it, right? And
Yeah.
you know, like there are some light beers that we had that have like a really nice like zinginess to it, like citrusiness to it, etc., right?
Like more in-depth flavor.
Correct. And this one just honestly has all the textures of beer, but none of the flavors. No
Like
offense.
it's not very deep, but I don't think it was trying to go for deep.
I agree. Right?
And so actually, I personally, being the basic person that I am, I actually like this beer a lot.
I mean, for $3, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have drank a lot of beer. There's much to
have.
say about beer.
We've had a lot of beers. Like, how many episodes are there now? Basically that
God.
per beer, right?
30?
Yeah.
Just, yeah, this would be like 35, I want to say, 36.
Something like
we've
that.
had
And like they're all different beers.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
you have
correct.
some qualifications then at this
Oh,
point.
minor
Like our first.
Uh,
Do you guys remember our first beer? We're like, tastes like beer.
beer.
We
Yeah,
still say that
beer.
sometimes.
I remember our first beer.
When we can't describe what it tastes like, we're still like, beer.
Like if anybody wants to endure our first episode again, like go back and listen.
Actually, sorry, speaking of first episodes, you're my cousin, apparently, my other cousin. She was like, oh, you guys are on Spotify? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, you guys have a podcast? And I was like, yeah. And she's
That's
like,
funny.
oh, I remember now, because I listened to your first episode. And I was like, oh,
no, that's why you
And then she stopped.
Oh no.
And I mean, no, apparently, because we saw each other during the holidays, and she was like, no, I actually like your stuff. And I'm like, you don't have to be polite about it. Okay?
I don't
The first episode was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god,
you know,
the first,
here we
first
are.
episode was brutal.
Speaking of episodes, Addie, why don't you drive us along and tell us what we're about to go through today?
Yeah, so the reason why we have Kat as our guest today is because we want to talk a bit about parenting. And obviously, the three of us are not qualified to talk about it.
Correct.
But Kat has a little baby boy. And we're like, hey, she's qualified. She can talk about this. Let's pick her brain on it.
I hope so. Also, I think a lot of our listeners are also fairly new parents.
Oh,
right?
yeah?
There's
think,
a handful of them.
There's a handful of them for sure. Even the ones that we know
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
And we're definitely in that age group. So whatever you Kat say, you know, if we get hammered on this episode, they're like, Kat does not represent any or all of our opinions.
No
True.
promises.
So yeah, I can start us off by asking Kat first. I know pre baby boy, you didn't really have baby fever. You weren't the one like, oh, love kids, bring all your babies over. You weren't one of those people.
No.
But has that changed since you've had your own?
I think you probably know the answer to that is yes. Emphatically yes.
Aww.
I was one of those people who was on the fence.
Yeah.
Never really imagined myself as a parent. It's not something I was against, but it was just nothing I ever thought about or fantasized about. Much like a lot of people think about their wedding, I never thought about that either. I had other things that I felt like I had to prioritize before I could even think about that stuff, and so I never ended up thinking about it. And then, one day life just turned out that way, and now I love all babies. I love all children and babies, which nobody who was friends with me for this long would have ever thought about for me.
Yeah,
Right.
truly, you weren't, like I said, you weren't one of those like baby crazy people that we knew. So even when you announced your pregnancy, I was like, oh, I didn't expect that.
Me too.
Yeah, that was the most shocking. Out
Wait,
of
wait,
all
wait.
of our friends'
I
baby
think
announcements.
I was still shocked too.
No shot.
Oh,
Was-
so you guys weren't even trying. It was it just happened.
I was, but a part of me just thought like, actually we were surrounded, and I had read so much about people who had difficulty conceiving.
Mm.
And so I thought it just wasn't something that would happen unless you tried very hard. But actually, the higher powers just play a game of chance with you. And so it happened. And I think that I didn't really think far enough. But we were prepared in every other way. I don't think my head wrapped around being so responsible for another living being. Like, what part of us makes us feel like we're deserving to be responsible for a whole life?
Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? And this sounds like a misogynistic take, honestly. But that's why I'm here for. Not for
Are
the
we ready to
misogyn-
get canceled?
Not for the misogynistic take, but for bringing up questions that are, people are thinking about but are afraid to say. Anyway, to that, all that saying, I think Kat's take of like not having a family, or like not having kids rather, sorry, isn't that strange anymore, right? Especially for our generation, that like, kids aren't really my thing. And, in a more traditional sense, that's totally not the case prior to, right? Like if you're married and became a wife, like family is like right next to that, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. So, especially if you're like, you'll put your career on pause, right? I guess my question would be, what's the reason why people are more in the same boat as you, Kat, of like, I didn't really think about having a kid as a priority?
At least for me, and I've seen in a lot of friends who are career oriented, they were always very focused in high school, college, and beyond. It's that you feel like you need to be in good financial standing, and you need to have a stable home for them, and a stable partner, and a stable career to bring an income to support that kid. And so a lot of us are so focused on that you haven't spent as much time thinking about that part afterwards, raising the family.
Because it's a whole ordeal, right? Like, I feel like back in the day, it's just like,
It was so easy. It was easy.
Yeah.
You buy a house,
think-
you buy a car, it's all easy.
Right?
I think back in the day, a lot of the mentality is kind of like, if the kid comes, like we'll deal with it and then we'll figure it out. Like back then, like also when I say back then, I'm like talking, I don't know, 70, maybe like 80 years ago.
Mhm.
Like housing wasn't like so expensive that it's like impossible to raise a kid. Like right now, you have to think about like so many millennial parents are like literally trying to raise children out of like 1-bedroom apartments.
Oh my
Correct.
god.
Right? And that's crazy. Like that's actually crazy. And like, you know, right now, like, you know, I think comparatively again to back then, like people can get away with like, you know, single income family households, right? But now I think it's almost impossible if you have like a household and not like both parents like aren't working. Like it's like almost impossible to maintain, right? Even in like a smaller living space, let alone maybe like a larger one where the kid or children can have their own space and like, you know, dedicated play spaces and things like that, right? And then so I think that idea, like the idea of children, people might get turned off by because of unrealistic, I think, living situations that you might come by. And also for me personally, it certainly is one of those like, man, I don't know if I'm ready to be responsible for like a whole nother
Human being.
Yeah, like that's a lot. And I don't know, like just I never imagined myself having kids, and I truly thought Kat was in the same boat as me. And then so
too.
and then so when and then so when you announced that you were pregnant, like I think you weren't even like the first like 5 people or like of our friend group that announced their pregnancy. And like for everybody else, I was like, oh my god, congratulations. But then for you, I was like, what?
There was more shock.
And then but then it was like immediately congratulations. But then I was like, whoa.
What do you think? She was just gonna split like a single cell organism?
No, I just thought that they would like. I just thought that Kat would just be one of the people that not saying that you're not like fitted to be a parent, but I did think that you were just gonna be happy without kids and you're gonna like grow up to be like the cool aunt or something. I don't know.
I think this is actually a very good separate topic as well, because when I wasn't sure if I wanted to have kids, there's this divide, right, of people our age who start to have kids and then those who don't. And seeing other people go one way or another can be very shocking, and it has a lot of impact on friendships. But I definitely see where you're coming from, because I was there as well when people told me they were pregnant. I was like, what? Oh my god. And you have to get yourself together and say, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. But you have your own shock too. And I know.
Yeah.
Did seeing any of your friends' kids and how parenting was going for them kind of push you towards one way or another?
I was very anti having my own children until my sister had children, but she's 13 years ahead of me. So that started to turn around 13 years ago, where I thought, oh, I guess this is not so bad, but I never thought about it directly
Oh, okay.
until I had my own. But I think what answers Stanley's question more is that my husband always wanted kids. He could have not had kids. Since he met me, he was willing to not have kids, but he always wanted to. So that probably swayed me one way or another.
That's really sweet.
I was just thinking that, like, going back to what you were saying about, you know, for us, we need to be financial. Like, we have that category, right? We have that checklist to be like, okay, now I'm ready to be a parent. Whereas back then, it's like, no, we'll be a parent, and then we'll hit all the check marks afterwards.
See where it goes.
See where it goes, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Fine, forget it. But also, you're saying, like, you know, people are raising families in one-bedroom apartments and stuff like that. Now, speaking of from a very privileged position, are we supposed to feel bad about that? Maybe that's what they want to do, you know?
Right.
Like, maybe they're okay with that, right? So I can't really like advocate for like, oh, if you're living in a single bedroom apartment, you probably shouldn't have a family. I think that's a very
no, okay,
unfair
so
thing to
that's
say,
like,
right?
so I want to clear that up, right? Like that wasn't at all what I was saying.
I agree. I'm sure you weren't. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So like, I just want to clarify. Like, I think I definitely do recognize that it's super difficult, and especially for young adults, even just like adults, general adults, right?
Yeah.
Like living in Toronto, I think that's like insanely difficult. But you know, people make do, right? And then like they love their children, and you know, if this is what they want, like we're like literally nobody to tell you no, right? But like, it's just in my head. For me personally, like I think I'm in like a good place in my life, and so I was saying, man, for me to even just think about giving up so much of myself for like another human that can't even talk yet, I was like, that's crazy. Like all of my all my family, and maybe this will like segment into my question, because all of my friends who have become parents, for the last, I don't know, however many years that you guys have become parents for, I feel like every time I've seen these friends, the topic of conversation or like the focus is always around parenthood and kids. And like it's actually kind of funny because when all of your parent friends come together, everybody starts comparing notes,
Yes.
right? They're like, oh, when did your kids start doing this? Well, my kid's starting to do that now.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what do you do when this happens? And like about preschool and like, oh, like progress. And like, have you seen Coco Melon? I found out about Coco Melon. You don't really get to have like time for each other anymore. You just kind of like see your friends chase after their kids.
That's true. I agree with that. Like I've noticed that too, like with friends that have kids. And I actually make a conscious effort. For example, like when gift giving for Christmas, birthdays,
Yeah.
it's so easy to just buy things for the kid, right? And then the parents are like, they don't get gifts anymore for them. So I make like a conscious effort to get things for like my friends. Like I love the kids, but
Parents.
like they can get their gift on their birthday. Christmas, I'll get them a separate gift for the kids. But then the parents, I would get them something. And I make a conscious effort of doing that. And same with topics of conversation, because like this has happened. A friend of mine who recently got married, we when we hang out, like you would think, oh, because around that time it was like right before her wedding, you would think we would talk all about her wedding. But then she had mentioned me, she's like, it's really interesting when we have conversations with like all the girls, right? She's like, somehow it ends up still being about her kids.
Yeah, I think it's just like so natural because like
Yeah.
it is such an overwhelming kind of like centrifugal force of their
Right.
life, right? Like everything is gravitates towards them. So maybe Kat, like the question leading to this is like, now that you have had your kid, right? Do you kind of find that like that tends to be the case where like you end up talking about your kids a lot, and then like you tend to be closer to friends who also have kids? And then have you felt like our friendship have deteriorated
Oh
since?
no, you guys grew distant. Oh no,
I don't think so. I mean, like I don't
you
feel
don't
like
feel
our
so. Mhm.
I don't feel it, but like as a parent, right? Because I know you're like 99% of your like mental capacity and energy goes towards your kid. Like, do you feel like, yeah, like maybe I haven't, like we are not as close, or like, yeah, maybe a lot of my time is surrounded by children.
Speak your
general.
truth. Speak your truth, Kat.
There's so many facets to my answer to this based on what Stanley and Addie said. I don't know how John's going to cut this together. But okay, number one, Addie, giving gifts for the mother. That's extremely thoughtful, and that's something that I've read online as well. But I will also say that if I had to choose, I would still love getting gifts for the kid, because I have so little mental capacity to like think about what they would like. When I get something random that they can play with, I'm like, yes.
Oh, okay,
new
duly
for them.
noted.
Yes, somebody else has thought about what they want. This is amazing. I don't have to like think about this. So there's that plus too. In terms of what Stanley was saying, yes, it's true. But I maintain my perspective from when I was not interested in kids, because I honestly had zero interest in kids. I feigned it. It was all fake. Anytime somebody with kids brought up their kids, I was just like, oh, so cute and adorable. It was all
Oh
fake.
no.
It's
That's
all fake.
amazing.
And once I admitted this to people, so many other millennials came out and said, yes, I am also faking it.
That's me.
I do not care. They are not cute.
Mm.
Ugh.
Okay, Stan, what the hell? You met my nephew, dude. What are you saying?
So cute.
Okay,
Oh.
bro. Okay.
I will
Anyway,
say,
Kat,
I've
sorry,
also
go.
done that
The
depending on
truth.
the kid, because some kids are such shitheads that I'm like, oh, that's so cute that he's running around with his lunch dripping all over the floor across the house. Yay!
Yeah. And some kids are just not cute, objectively, unfortunately. But now it's okay, because now I find all of them cute. Even the not so cute ones is cute. So
You have mommy
You
glasses.
have mom goggles. You have mom goggles.
Yeah.
Though.
I
That's
don't know
why.
what happened. I asked my husband about this, and he says, no, they're still not cute. And I
that's
think they're
Oh.
cute. So don't know what happened there. But I still maintain that perspective, and I think that's unique to me. That's not something that happens with everyone. And so when I meet up with friends without kids, child-free friends who never plan to have kids, I make a pointed effort to not talk about kids.
Wow.
And I still enjoy that conversation. I really do, because I don't get to have that conversation as much. But naturally, if I didn't keep an eye on the conversation, it probably would trail back off into kids in some form.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Yeah, actually, I think that's
Yeah.
very thoughtful.
But it's
Yeah.
multifaceted, right? It's not
Mhm.
black and white.
Yeah, that's
True,
true. That's
true.
true. I think that makes sense.
I have to say, Stanley, I think that we have not grown apart since I've had kids. I think we have grown closer because my desperation just grew so much since having a kid that I am much more likely to reach out for help, whether it be for advice or physical help.
Yeah.
I will reach out to all of my network and my friends now, whereas before I would have just
Yeah.
pushed through and worked on it on my own. But now it
Yeah.
takes a village, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I noticed that, and I'm so glad you do. I like, because I've had friends who had kids, and when like they couldn't find a babysitter, for example, they would be super stressed out, and I'm like, hey girl, reach out to me, like ask me if I'm not available, I'll let you know, but if I am, like once or twice, I really don't mind. And I'm very
Yeah.
glad that you reach out, because I know how difficult it could be. Like I've seen my friends go through it as well, and I'm like, I'm very glad. Please reach out.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Making a
True,
mental
true.
note.
Please reach out to Stan and Addie, despite the fact that I live the closest.
I
Please,
know.
please reach out to Stan and Addie.
Mental note, John is
Mhm.
still available.
Yes.
Wait. what?
Third choice.
What I
Third choice.
Anyway, Stan sounded like he was gonna ask something.
Oh, I was gonna ask, like, now that you're like a parent of one, right? And I know like you kind of transition from like not wanting kid to being a parent of one. Are you like maybe considering to become a parent of two? Because I feel like that's what happened to lots of my friends, where like I'm like, oh my god, like you had your first kid, congratulations, and all of a sudden like it's been, I don't know, I guess it's been like a significant amount of time has passed, like maybe like 1 or 2 years, right? And then now they're like coming out of the woodwork and be like, oh, again.
I want to add
Yeah.
too, because my sister is like, literally yesterday or 2 days ago, she was like, if you want to have one kid, having a second kid is the same as having one kid.
Really?
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Is that the case?
Apparently, I don't know.
Like, I feel like having one kid is like you can still hold on to one and do things with the other hand, but if you have two kids, you can't do anything.
I have wisdom here. I have wisdom to share with you guys
Okay.
and the rest of
Tell
the
us.
childless audience. Having your first kid is so incredibly shocking, and it's so shocking that everybody who has kids doesn't really say anything about it, but once the kid pops out and you tell them, they're like, oh yeah, it's like I blacked out that entire period of my life. It's life-changing, it's terrible, blah blah blah. And I asked, why didn't you kind of hint at this or tell me? I kind of got a little hint, but why didn't you just tell me? And they all say, well, no, we don't want to rain on your parade, or we don't want to be negative for like
Right.
such a wonderful
What?
event in your life. But it is truly shocking how exhausted you become and how different your life turns upside down.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is having a second one just multiplies that by 2.
And having a second, it's like almost unimaginable, honestly, like how
Oh.
tired you are right now plus more. But also
I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical about your opinion because you were Mrs. I don't want to have kids camp.
I mean, that's fair.
Now-
That's fair.
That's true.
But also Instagram and Reddit says different.
Well, I
Oh.
guess.
Having two is very difficult.
When my niece came around and my sister, right? And she was like super like overprotective and bubbled and stuff like that, right? I mean, I'm not saying my I'm not saying that my sister had my nephew and then they don't care. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Hope she's
that-
not listening.
I know, right?
I'm saying Mo's gonna be listening, right? I'm saying that
Hi, Mo.
like I'm saying that, in terms of the second child, they're more lax, like they know how this kid will spin now, or like how a kid will go. So like the cogs are already, the machines are already going, so it'd be easier.
This is true.
I think it's
It is
the point
true.
that they're trying to make.
It's not the times 2, basically. It's like
Yeah.
plus 50% maybe, because
1.5.
you're good at
correct.
it now. You're better at it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're willing to
Right.
let
Well, so you would hope.
I hope.
Fingers
I hope
crossed,
I am
seriously.
agreeing.
So you would hope.
Was becoming a parent different than what you thought it'd be?
Yes, in both a positive and the shockingly I have no sleep kind of way as well. So it's a not positive way. So it's shocking how hard it was, because we had gone through our lives thinking, oh, we can figure anything out. We're good at problem solving.
You have to say, yeah, like Kat is one of the, like, honestly one of the smartest people I've like
Yes.
met in my life.
Same.
Right? Like through school, through like, because I've met you in like middle school, which is like a long time.
Oh my god, you guys go that far?
We go
Decade.
really far back, which
What
is
the
insane.
heck?
Mhm.
Like about it, but like ever since then, she's always been like top of class. Like she's
Mm.
always been like A student. Even in university, she's always like performed really
Right.
well, right? And then she's like one of those people that I'm like, if there's a problem and I can't figure it out, Kat can.
True.
So
You
she
know?
was book smart.
And then plus her
Yeah,
husband,
and-
who's also super smart.
Yeah, like like
Mm.
this couple is like very incredibly just intelligent, right?
Mm.
And then so I'm like, oh, they can figure it out, a baby. How hard can it be? And then so kind of like pointing to an earlier like sentence or an earlier statement,
Mhm.
which is like when she reached out for help, I was like shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. I'm like, if Kat needs help, I'm like, one of us better be there for it, because
Yeah,
like
you were
damn.
dying.
I will say thank you for doing that, and thank you for telling us that it was difficult, because if you guys find it difficult, it gives us hope where it's like,
No,
oh no, it's just having
no.
kids. It's not that I'm dumb. It's everyone struggling, even them.
Actually,
Like, it
I
gives
find
me
that's a
hope.
very common sentiment, actually, where
Yeah?
people feel. That's why parents all congregate together, so they can feel less alone and less
Mm.
bad at it.
It's like support groups.
Correct. If everybody's an idiot, then nobody's smart,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So I cut Kat off earlier. So she's saying that like just like she thought, you know, you can figure out anything, but
Mhm.
like as a shocker when the kid actually comes, how did you actually feel?
True.
So the positive part is, I have never known like a joy and satisfaction and
Aw.
fulfillment
Dang.
that I do now. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
people have a
Wow.
second kid, I think. And I can understand
Mm.
that now. Before I couldn't,
Mhm.
but I could see how you could teeter towards a second, and that
Yeah.
teeters over the years until you're ready
Mhm.
to have a second.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no way, it's indescribable.
Yeah.
And I think many parents say that.
That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah.
You know, I'd beg to differ because when I met Stan and Eddie, I have never found
Continue.
a more
Indescribable joy.
annoying group of people.
Wow.
Drag
Indescribable
me to
joy.
places and unbearable pain. Until now, I'm still in labor pains, guys. Like my relationship with these two, I'm still like, you know, I was C-section
Growth
like 3
pains.
times.
Oh, Jesus. I will say I don't have a kid of my own, but there's a handful of kids that I've met of my friends, and they're not even my kid, but there's this undescribable love for them, and it almost manifests physically, where it's like I feel this almost like ache in my heart, where I'm like, oh my god, they do something really cute, or really like they learn something new, and I'm just like, oh my god, I love you, and it's not even my kid.
See, the thing is, like, you, I feel like, have baby fever. So I thought of out of everybody, you would have had a kid. But then when Kat came out of the woodwork and was like, "Hey guys," and I'm like, "What?"
Stanley's still
Like that I'm not
processing.
a shock.
Oh no.
Mm.
Yeah, I
He
really.
still hasn't accepted
Years
it.
later.
The thing is, I've met Kat's kid,
Mm.
right? And I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, like this is still so unreal for me. Like, and like obviously, like it doesn't even matter like if it's unreal for me or not, because
Yeah.
like they're the ones who are parents,
Right.
But then I'm like, wow, this is like actually kind of crazy.
My husband and I have
Must be
these
cool.
moments too. We look at each other and we say, I can't believe this.
I have an interesting question. That's kind of, I think everyone can answer this, which is I think if anyone has met me, kind of know that I have a certain type of personality, I guess. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is like I've met friends' kids where
Accommodating and loving, yes.
right, totally. Like I've met multiple friends' kids, different kids, where man, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a total asshole. And I'm not trying to say this. This is not judgment. I'm not passing judgment on anyone. But when I see my friend trying to teach the kids something, or the kids having a tantrum or whatever, right? Not behaving, so to speak. And my friend is doing what they have always done, for example, but it's not working. And like as an outsider, I don't know if it's just easier because I am an outsider and there's no emotional attachment. Like it's not my kid, so it's easy for me to have a clear of mind and be like, hey, what you're doing is clearly not working. Why don't you try to talk to the kid in this other way? And I kind of I have stepped in before when I can see my friend lose it, so to speak. Like they have gotten angry at the kid's crying like there's no tomorrow, still running around, and the parent, like my friend, has given up, so to speak, because it's been half an hour and they could not calm down the kid. And I have stepped in before to be like, hey, I'm going to talk to the kid, I'm going to level with them, I'm going to get them to cooperate. And then I feel like it's because I'm an outsider. The kid's like, oh, I can't bully you because you're not my mom or dad or aunt or uncle, whatever. You're some outsider. I can't bully you, so I guess I'll do what you tell me to do. But then I'm always in this position where I'm like, I don't know if it's right for me to step in at all, because like I said, I don't have a kid, right? I'm not qualified. I don't know if what I'm doing is right. But sometimes it works, and then sometimes the kid will level with me. So I guess my question is, how do you guys feel about, I wouldn't say reprimand, but like stepping in to discipline a kid or to step in to calm down a kid or whatever? So my question is to both Stan and Kat and John, all of you. So for Kat, it's like, as a parent, are you okay with your friend stepping in? And then for the other two, Stan and John, like, would you guys ever step in, or do you feel like, I'm not a parent, even though the kid's running around and screaming across a restaurant, I'm not going to step in at all? Like, what do you guys think about this?
I'm not there yet. They call them the terrible 2s and 3s, and then my
Right.
sister calls them the effing 4s and 5s with the extra
So generally,
Oh
at that
shoot!
time-
After
Oh,
2, it's
no.
just awful.
so I'm not there yet. So I
Mm.
don't know for sure. But in general, parenting is a very touchy issue, and
Yeah.
it's very easy to step on toes. So for myself, when it's somebody else's kids, I will let anything go. You want to set the house on fire? I'll just watch you. Let's wait for your parents to
Okay.
come back.
I agree.
Mm.
If I was in the vicinity of parents and their children are just acting generally terrible and the parents are just not doing anything about it,
Mhm.
I'm like, cool,
Oh,
that's fine.
okay.
Like, listen, you're the parent. Like, I don't want to parent your kid,
Right.
right? And that's that. But like, for example, like I've babysat for my brother
Mhm.
before, so I have nephews, right? And then so when it's just myself
Mhm.
and my nephews, right, and then they are like, for example, behaving inappropriately, like wildly inappropriately, where they're like punching each other,
Oh, no.
or like, you know, they're like destroying property or whatever,
Mhm.
then like I do step in and be like, hey, you can't do that, and then like I'll try to talk to them like an adult. But again, like, this doesn't usually work with kids. I'm just trying to stop them from like property destruction for the time being,
Mhm.
right? And then I will report back and be like, hey, so like this
Yeah.
happened today, by the way, right? This is what I did.
Mhm.
I hope it's okay, right? But I think the general sentiment is like, I think unless the parent specifically asks for help,
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, like I don't want this. Like, if the parent is like, you know, like, help me eyes, like they make eye contact with me and then they're like, help me,
Mhm.
right? Then I'll be like, okay, yeah, like let me go grab one and like, you know, distract
Yeah.
them while you like clean up or something, you know.
Right.
But generally I try not to step in.
And as for me, I mean, I want to give the parents, all parents,
Mhm.
the benefit of the doubt that, you know, not every kid is the same.
Right.
And I want to say that they have tried one way or another the thing that I'm thinking of,
Mm,
right?
mm.
Whether that's true or not, that's where the benefit of the doubt is, you know. I want to say that, like, oh, they probably tried that already,
Yeah.
you know. And so who am I to step in and do what they're saying?
Yeah.
You know. Now, that being said, now that my niece is, well, she's 7 now, I think,
Mhm.
and she's doing like, you know, people, I was about to swear, but then I remembered Mo's gonna listen to this. You know, the things that like trigger me,
Right.
like I would legit just be like, I'm not impressed. Like, what are you trying to do?
Mm.
Actually, yeah, sorry, not to cut you off, but I also want to say, like, I think it does make a difference how old the kids are. So
True.
like my
Mhm.
nephews are like 11 and 12, right? Like, and I'm like, okay, you're like old enough for me to like talk some
Correct.
logic and
Yeah.
sense and like, you know, just real life into you,
Right.
Mhm.
right? But then if they're like, you know, three years old, like during the terrible 2s and the effing 3s and 4s
Yeah.
and 5s and just general children,
Sucky
right?
6
Then
and
it's-
7s.
Right.
like that's kind of like, that's different, right?
Mm,
And also, you know what I find really cool is that when Ali, the younger nephew, is acting up,
Yeah.
I just tell Lulu, the sister, be like, Lulu, can you tell Ali to be a little bit quiet, please?
wow.
And then Lulu, I know, and then Lulu is like, okay, Ali, we need to be a little bit more quiet, okay?
That's so
Wow, I like
nice. My
that.
nephew does the opposite. I'm like, hey, can you tell your brother to like be a little bit quiet? He like goes over, smacks him. I'm like, oh, I can't tell the older brother to do anything.
Oh my gosh.
They're watching by example.
Okay.
Sorry, Ali, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I will say, like, I don't always step over like my friend's toes in anything. Like, the only times I've stepped in is because the only friends that I've ever stepped in on, I've usually known them for a very, very long time. And I can tell that they are at their wits' end. Like, they are exhausted. And I can tell that without them literally saying help, it's like their cry for help where they've like checked out. That's the only time where I'm like, okay, let's give mommy and daddy a break. Let's go over here. That's the only times I've ever stepped in. But if they are like actively dealing with the kid, I don't ever step in. It's only when I can tell that it looks like they've already exhausted their patience. That's when I'm like, okay, maybe we should go play over here instead. Maybe we should eat dinner at the table on this side. Like, that's the only time I've ever stepped in. But even in those moments, I hesitate usually because I'm like, man, I'm not a parent and I'm not their parent. I find it hard to step in. And I think maybe like 2 or 3 times that I did step in, first of all, like to both your points, is like they're older kids. So they can understand what I'm saying to them to a certain extent already. And like I said, my friends were at their wits' end. That's when I would step in. But even then, I'm always like, it feels weird for me to step in. Like, I have no qualifications to do anything.
I have a question for Kat actually. So let's just say that we cut in and one of your friends without kids cut in and like disciplines your child, right? Like without asking you for your permission. How would you feel about that?
I would probably let it go in the moment, but it would be kind of weird. Disciplining is different from what Addie is describing, which is essentially giving parents a break.
Yeah.
So you can just step in and ask your friend, do you want me to take them for like a couple of minutes, or do you want me to take them over to the park or something? That's always welcome. And you can never go wrong with asking a quick question. And if your friend is so defeated, they'll go like, oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Take it away. Oh, then follow up to that. What if we repeat what you're saying, kind of like in support? Like, for example, you're saying, hey, baby, don't throw the food on the floor. And then we also be like, hey, yeah, mommy said don't do this. Like, is that okay?
I mean, you can try, but I don't think that would have any effect.
That's fair enough. Like, you're already saying it, they're not listening to you. What does our repeating of it help?
Okay, maybe you're talking about older children then, not a baby. Yeah, I think that's
guess.
welcome.
Okay. Just don't say the opposite of what you're saying. If you're like, hey, eat your vegetables, and we're like, don't worry, vegetables are bad for you, then it's like, okay, maybe don't do that.
I would never cross that disciplinary line. One, because I was disciplined very physically.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys and how you guys grew up, right? And that one translates real quick, you know, like immediate consequences to the actions that you just did, right? I'm not saying that's the right way to go, but that's how I grew up in, and therefore, for me, I don't even have a say, right? But giving advice, full stop, whether it be parental or not, as long as nobody's asking, I don't think you should give any. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I agree.
That's just a politeness and like a civil thing to do. In terms of like parenting, when it comes to like discipline, like I would be like, Lula, I'm very disappointed right now. You know,
like you won't discipline.
I would not, because to me, again, like that's that's like, all right,
interesting.
You know, there'll be red butts all around.
Do you guys think parents still do physical punishments today?
Yes.
Yeah?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Do you guys believe in that though? Like
physical punishments?
Yeah. Like in the
Like, do I believe it's effective?
Yes.
No. I do not think
No. Controversial opinion. I always say, I mean, I don't have a kid, right? So I don't know if it's gonna change when I have a kid, but I always say, I'm like, yeah, I'll beat my kid.
Oh my god. This is how we get canceled.
I think from like an Asian, like traditional Asian background, I would say like the threat of physical violence is effective, because like I certainly like not like I'm not saying like my parents beat me or whatever, right? But like they were very scary when I grew up. Right. The threat always kind of like borderlines between like it could be reality, where like I feel like I don't want to test that,
Yeah.
right? And then so like, but like I got beat at school when I was in Asia before. Like when we don't do well on tests and stuff, like if you score below a certain threshold, like people have to line up, and then the teacher will like smack you on the hand with like a textbook or something. It's like, it's real, it's for real. And then like when you go home, your parents will be like, oh, what happened at school today? I'll be like, oh, I got beat by the teacher. And they're like, well, did you deserve it? And I'm like, yeah, I got like a 62 on my test. And they'll be like, well, do better next time. It's like very usual, like it's very like normal,
typical,
yeah, like back in the time in Asia, right?
Yes.
Obviously in like a North American climate, like that's like, you know, blasphemy to even think about, right? But like,
what is the term? There's a term for like something parenting. It's like soft parenting,
Gentle parent.
gentle parenting. Is that what it's called?
where you don't say no to the kid.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy.
I agree.
I think you need to teach your children how to like set boundaries and stuff, and like, you know, you can tell them no within reason, but obviously like children are not going to understand reason. But I think it's healthy to establish like a pattern of boundary setting when they're children.
What's your take, Kat?
I think that there is a place for everything. Personally, I hope to not kind of enact any physical discipline, but for those who do, I believe that there are some kids that just don't respond to anything but that. So there is no judgment for me, but it's my hope that I don't have to go down that road, and I don't think we ever will. I also think it's cultural, right? So my hope is to raise a child that's successful in our current context of North America. So where physical punishment isn't really well accepted, and it might create a divide between them and other kids who weren't raised with any physical punishment. So that's not something that I want to introduce, I guess.
Yeah.
But again, a place
Dang, you're so PC, bro.
place
So
for
PC.
everything.
I agree that there's a place for everything. I think I would never, when I say no to physical punishment, I'm thinking like I would never hit them per se, but I would be happy to throw them into like a boot camp, send them to military school.
What?
Oh, hell yeah.
To boarding school?
Yeah, I would be happy to send them to like a boot camp. Maybe not boarding school where they're gone for like 6 months of a year, but like send them even something simple like martial arts class.
Oh, okay, like a kung fu class, like a martial art, or like a extracurricular class is different than a boot camp.
But
Even in a boot camp, I'm like thinking
even like a boot camp, if they have to go like say summer camp for 2 weeks, and it's like military training kind of like boot camp to kind of like whip them into shape, like wake up in the morning, make your bed, and there's a sergeant yelling at you. If they get to the point where they need that, heck yeah, go for it. But I don't think I could ever physically hit my kid.
You don't
know
know
what I
what you're
mean?
capable of until it happens.
That's
Correct.
also true. That's also it's
Amen, Kat.
What
Amen.
kind of kid that you have? Well, I
Yeah.
hope nobody's
Correct.
doing it out of like sleep deprivation, but
oh god,
sometimes I don't know, you get what kind of kid that you get, and they don't respond to anything else. So who knows? But I think that's probably an extreme case. But also, again, you have to think about the success of your child. Like, what sets them up for success? So physical punishment and fearing your parents, that teaches them to fear authority. And that's not something that sets them up for success in a North American environment. Maybe in Asia, where the culture is different and there's a hierarchy at work. So you are taught to fear authority, but that's not going to work here.
That's true.
Dang.
And I think I have a follow-up with the discipline thing too, is because I've been disciplined by my mom's friends, like my aunties before, and I responded really well to that. And I guess that's why I think I bring it up, where it's just like sometimes kids just bully the parents, right? Because they know you love them. They know you will go home to them. They know you'll let them get away with things. So sometimes, like my mom let her friend discipline me because she knows that I will bully her. And I will not do that with an auntie that's going to visit me like once a month, maybe, right? And like I have a certain auntie that I know is the tough auntie. So like when she's around or when she teaches me things, I will listen. And it has stuck with me. So I think like I've asked my friend, I've never stepped in to discipline her kid or his kid or whatever, but I've asked friends before where I'm like I can see the kid throwing a tantrum and they've been talking to the kid for half an hour and the kid is not responding, and I'm like, hey, do you want to step out of the room and maybe let me talk to the kid? because and there's a reason for that, because when you remove the parent who is, first of all, already frustrated and not in the mood to reason with the kid, and the kid is also throwing a tantrum, introducing a new element can sometimes help the kid either open up or just calm them down, because they're like, oh, the one that I'm bullying is gone. I don't know how you'll react, auntie. So then when the parent steps away to be like, all right, you take the crying kid and be like, you talk to them. They might not listen to me per se in terms of like a teaching moment, but I'd at least be able to be like, what are you crying about? You can see mommy's very upset, or like, hey, daddy is very upset. They're not listening to you because you're crying. Tell me so I can talk to your mommy and daddy and see if I can get you what you want, kind of thing. And it, like, because in my experience, it's worked for me. Like when my mom was yelling at me and I'm crying like whatever the heck, like hell has broken loose kind of thing. And like an uncle steps in to be like, hey, why are you crying? I'd be like, well, mommy said I can't do this. I can't say that to mommy, because if I'm like, mom, why aren't you letting me do this? She's like, because I don't want you to. There's no communication, right? But to introduce a separate person, sometimes it helps. So I've offered that to friends before.
So are you asking like if that's like acceptable?
Yeah.
I think it kind of goes back to our earlier points. Like if you ask
Mhm.
the parent and be like, hey, I'm willing to do this. Do you want me to? That's fine, because I think the parents get to at least
Decide.
have like a rational moment in their head and be like, do I want help? Right? I think it's unreasonable if you just say like, okay, parents, get out of here, I'm gonna talk to your kid. Because then because like I feel like, well, okay,
I'm gonna make
like,
it rain.
But sometimes I suggested for my friend to leave the room because I can tell that friend was already really frustrated, and that friend was not being reasonable either. So I'm like, you guys are not helping each other.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like that the whole thing is about just like, okay, so at the end of the day, it's kind of like their kid. And also, I think it's about like your relationship with them, right? Like if your relationship with them, like for example, like it's never gonna happen, but let's just say I have a kid
Right.
and then you come over and then, I'm like, I'm done with like the day. I'm done with like the year. It's January 2nd and I'm like done with the year because of my kid. And then you see me do that and you're like, you know what? We've built a relationship and all of that. You're like, Stan, just go out. I will talk to your kid. I'll be like, cool. Right. But if like you guys don't have the relationship and you're just like too, I don't know, maybe like an acquaintance, be like, let me talk to your kid, even in like a fun joking mood. I feel like the level of consent and the level of like control and the power shifting in that social dynamic situation, I think it's, for me, uncomfortable to think about. So
Right.
to experience perhaps is not like the most comfortable thing to like have to go through, right? Because then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, after all that's said and done, everybody's like back to their normal neutral. It's like, even if your friends are uncomfortable, do they talk to you about it? How do they approach you in this conversation, right? And then so if they let it go, like, do you do it again? Like, to me, it's just like too uncomfortable to think about the consequences of that. But obviously, I think you know your friends the best, so if that happened to you guys and like everyone's like still friends, I think it's totally fine, right?
I also think that like in Addie's like childhood case, like your case is fairly, I want to say it's fairly different, right?
Yeah.
Your situation with your mom was fairly different at the time. So I mean, I don't know what the extent of it, the difference is, right? But I think like if we're comparing it to like Kat's case, for example, where she looks exhausted and we're like, and she looks like she hasn't slept in 3 days.
Oh god.
And like the kids acting up.
She's having
So,
flashbacks.
Yeah. Like, are we, like maybe stepping in is, it's parallel to what you experienced, but like the outcome is completely different. I want to say, right? Like there's similarities to it, just because of how different times are now. I think too. Right. Like you had a scary auntie, right? Are you gonna be the scary auntie for Kat's kid? I don't know, right? Like, is that what it takes to get there?
Yeah, but I do think like that step of like, hey, like the asking, right? It's like, hey, do you want me to? And like, I think for the friend who is exhausted or whatever, like having that moment of clarity, like the somber moment of clarity and control, I think it's important for that person who is the parent as well, and be like, oh, I am able, like I do have people that are around me that can help, right? And like it's being offered to me, so now I have like a sense of control to say, no, I got this, or like, yes, I need help, I need to get out of here, right? And I feel like that's like, I feel like that's the step that like I'm looking for,
Right.
especially when like when it deals with other people's children. Kat, what do you think?
From what I'm hearing from Addie, and I could be wrong, so tell me if I'm misunderstanding, but it almost sounds like you're cursed with a burden of caring so much about your friends. You care too much, and so you feel the need to like help. But I think in a lot of cases, your friends could misunderstand the situation as you judging their parenting, as in they're not doing a good enough job. And even if they say you're not, they might get a sliver of that seeps into their brain, no matter what you say, and that could be damaging to your relationship. So is it worth it to you? I guess.
Right. I think that's fairly accurate, because in my scenario, I think I care about both of them. Like, I've seen the kid grow up. Like, I was literally there the day she delivered her child. I showed up an hour after she gave birth. But like, I care about them so much that I'm like, I've seen them both at their wits' end. Like, the kid could no longer communicate why the kid's crying, and my friend was so angry that the kid was throwing a tantrum. They were literally sitting there yelling at each other, and I'm like, wait, the kid doesn't know what you're saying, and I don't think you realize you're saying adult things to the kid, and the kid's like a toddler. So I think it was that moment where I was like, hey, do you want me to just talk to her, or like do you want to just like chill for a moment, like
Take a break.
happy to do this. I could take her into the next room and calm her down, and then let's see if she'll like chill. Like that was I think the one time that it's happened. But then but to all your points, I didn't want to just step in and do it, right? But I can tell they were both frustrated, and like part of me was also like, I don't want the kid to hold the grudge against her either, because like I said, at that point they were kind of both yelling at each other, which is, it's so funny when you imagine a toddler that's not making sense yelling at a parent that is making sense, but the toddler doesn't understand what the parent is saying. Like, I had one of those moments, and it was just the three of us in the space at that time, which is why I'm like, I'm watching this unfold, and I'm like, I don't think the kid obviously doesn't realize that the mom is trying to reason with her, and I don't think the mom realized the kid's not getting it because she was so frustrated and tired. So it was that moment that I was like, I don't know what to do to help.
Yeah.
Long story short,
I get it.
right, is that Addie's a special friend.
Wow.
No, I don't think that's not the takeaway. I think the takeaway is, and also circling back to what we said earlier, right? Like Kat did mention, I think parenting is a multifaceted kind of like a job. It's really truly a job, right? It's multifaceted. It's not only the relationship you have with your child, but also the relationship you have with, you know, your in-laws, your partner, your friends who are around you to kind of help mold and shape your child, right? And then so I think that a lot of these situations do kind of call for, like, I think we this is kind of like a constant theme in our podcast, which is like just like communicating clearly to the people around you about like kind of like what you're expecting and what you're kind of hoping to accomplish. Right? Because I think losing that sense of reality and just like letting go of your emotion doesn't really help the circumstance. And also consent with each other, your children, your friends, your partner, your in-laws, your parents are also important, right? And then so that being said, parenting is hella hard. Kat, I have a final question for you. If you had one thing, right, to tell your younger self, like prior your child, to just like let them know, right? Like it could be a warning, it could be an encouragement to be like, it could be a heads up, it could be an encouragement, be like, you know, actually having a child could fundamentally change your life for the better and you wouldn't regret it. Like, what is something that you would tell your pre-child self? It doesn't have to be like a children version of yourself, but just pre-child,
pre-baby Kat.
Save money to hire a night nurse.
Oh,
you know what's fair?
Yeah.
Most people white knuckle through it, but the first moments are just so precious. You want to be in your right mind to enjoy it.
Sorry, question. Uneducated person here. Night nurse to take care of you or the baby?
The baby, but they could help with you too. I mean, you're in a lot of pain.
Take care of me too.
You're in a lot of pain. Stuff is bleeding.
Exactly, that's why I asked.
Liquids are coming out of different holes and stuff. I don't know. Your eyeballs, your mouth. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked, because I'm like, I know right after giving birth, you don't recover right away. It takes a while.
I think that was a surprise.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought it would be like, oh,
Oh.
I have the flu kind of thing. Let me lie down for a week. It was not.
Oh shoot!
Ah.
How long were you in bed
Oh.
afterwards?
No, you have to get up right away because you got to bring the baby to the doctor within 3 days of.
Yeah, you
Oh
got
my
a kid to
God.
And
take
you're
care
Oh
of.
just
no.
you're waddling out the door, and you're like, oh, let me sit in this car
Oh, God.
somehow. Oh, I can't get in. Now what? Someone help me. My father-in-law? No. Where's my husband? I need him to get
Oh
me
my
into this
God.
car.
I thought you just sleep in bed for 3 months.
No.
What?
that's-
No,
No,
bro.
that's in Asia. That's in Asia where you do
Oh,
your what is it
yeah,
called? Like your moon, your
You-
1
your
month
sitting
moon
moon or
or whatever.
something.
Yeah, you can hire a woman
Yeah.
Sitting
to
moon.
do that. We don't
Yeah,
have it here.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
is.
For like a month,
Wow.
It is. That's what it's
supposedly
called
you're
in-
supposed to just stay in bed and be fed.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
see why now.
Right.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
an entire human being just exited,
Just ripped through you, literally.
It's quite
didn't. I
traumatic.
mean,
Your husband's
Yeah, yeah,
traumatized
yeah.
too.
Oh no!
Everybody is,
traumatized.
but you know what? I think thankfully we live in Canada, where we do have like good laws about like parental leave, like
yes.
maternity and paternity
Yeah.
leave, right? So we're very thankful for that. If you're not in Canada, do advocate for your country's maternity and paternity leave, right? Because I think that is important. I think we can talk about this topic for a long time.
Yes.
However, we are at the end of our time today. So let me just quickly wrap up. Parenting is multifaceted. If you are a new parent, we feel for you. Kat certainly does. Lots of your feelings. Actually, no, all of your feelings are valid.
Valid.
Right? If you want to share your feelings with us, comment in like our social space, or just tell us. Tell us, be like, yeah, I heard your podcast, and like everything you said was true. Everything sucks, and it's okay,
Yes.
and things will get better.
And reach out for help.
And reach out for help. Yes, more importantly, reach out for help, because like Kat said, it takes a village. If you don't have a kid, ask for consent before you
Have a kid?
step in and help.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
that
having
too,
kids.
that too. But I definitely have learned to be more understanding of my
Mhm.
friends with kids, because damn, like it's a lot.
is.
Like seeing what they have gone through, like I can only imagine if I had to be there all the time every day. So be more understanding. At the end of the day, all we're saying is be understanding towards each other, and be good people.
Right.
Yeah, but thank you, Kat, for joining our podcast today. I
Yeah.
hope you had fun.
How was it, Kat?
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Would you recommend?
Being a guest?
Yeah. being a
of
guest.
course. Anyone, come on the podcast. Talk about your.
Okay, don't say that.
I got raffle tickets.
Oh yes.
But
Comment.
don't just say anybody.
Comment. I made a lot of comments, and that's why I'm here. So.
Yeah.
Check out their Instagram.
Yeah, it's actually though.
Right. Comment, like, and subscribe. Addie,
Perfect
it's your cue.
segue. Our socials on Instagram and TikTok. Oh my God, why am I talking like that? Is at Beer Talks TO. So it's BeerTalksto. Beer Talks TO, Instagram, TikTok. Drop us a like, comment, DM us even if you don't want it to be public. Tell us your
True.
best and worst parenting stories.
Mhm.
We would love to hear from you guys.
We would. Triple Bogey Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
A solid beer for $3.
Yeah.
Truly.
Costs as much as like a pop now these days. I want
I
to say.
know.
Don't take Kat's word for it, because this is the first time. Also, I mean, it's kind of a privilege, to be
Yes.
honest, to be Kat's, first drink back.
I
Welcome
know.
back, Kat.
Welcome
Yay.
back.
Welcome back to the drunkard side. Anyway, that's us with the shout out coming up.
I see. And you're gonna start us
See,
off.
Before you guys
Hey,
book
yo.
me. You want me to start? I can start you guys.
Yeah,
out.
totally.
You want me to
It's
start?
easy. I already know who he's gonna
Yeah.
shout out. Come on,
Come on,
let's
come
go.
on.
Okay, wow.
I have
Like, who am I
4
gonna shout out?
guesses. I have 3 guesses, actually. 3 guesses.
4 guesses was correct, but my shout outs would be my nephew and my niece.
I knew it! I knew it!
Lulu and Ali. I love those kids to death. And when you guys are talking about like motherhood and like having baby
Yeah.
fever and stuff like that, I did kind of have that, and I just channeled my like energy, my fatherly energy to those two, especially when
Aw.
Lulu was born, right? Like I was like, I'm gonna be that guy that she will call when she's in jail. Mo, don't listen to this part. I'm just saying, I'm gonna be that dude. And it'll be a secret between us. I'm sorry. I'm already apologizing.
But
for
but
the
you know what?
future.
It's true. John loves his nieces and nephews so much. Like we hear him talk about them all the
Okay,
time.
I don't talk about them
Like,
all the time.
it's
All right.
all the
exasperating.
time.
Anyway, moving on. Next shout out, team.
I can
Stan.
go. I can go. I can
Oh,
go.
Eddie.
I know,
Wow.
stolen. I cannot shout out a single child because then the people that I don't shout out, the parents are gonna message me and be like, "You don't like my kid." So therefore, since we have Kat on, I'm gonna shout out your fur baby, Mabel. Yay!
Wait, what?
I know, such a cop out.
Inside.
You went Swiss, dude. You went Swiss.
Yeah, man.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow.
Stan.
Yeah, for me, my shout out will be to my cousin Eva. I think she's one of the first people that I've known around our age actually that had a kid, and I know like in her situation, it's very special. And then so like with the kid that she has, like I guess like I'm okay with children. I guess like it really changed my perception of children a
True.
lot. I think when Kat was talking about her sister having a kid and stuff like that, I think her kid is that kind of like turning point for me. I'm still not in the camp of like having children, but you know, it's not like I can accidentally have one anyway.
You don't
so
know.
it's fine.
It's
I know.
A stork might just come out to your window and there's a baby in your windowsill. You don't know.
Let's hope that never happens.
Okay. Oh my God.
But yeah, no, shout out to Eva, if you're listening. Yeah, you changed my mind about a lot of things regarding children. So yeah, good on you. I think you're doing a great job. I'm very proud of you.
Yay.
Kat.
Shout out to my baby daddy and also
Ooh.
my sweet precious baby booby little boy sweet potato. I love you so much. Yes,
Aw.
and all of my
Shout out to
friends.
Kat family.
If any of you are interested in babysitting, hit me up.
Oh.
Comment, like, subscribe, any of that.
And that's where we lose engagement. All right, thanks everybody for listening.
Wow.
Thanks for
Thanks
listening.
everybody for listening. We'll talk at you again next time. Triple Bogey. Thanks, Kat, for coming in. Really,
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure. I hope you come back soon. Hopefully, Stan will keep you in mind, top of the list. And for those other parents that want to come on, I'm sorry, Kat took the name. I can't. We don't have any more room. Anyway,
Yay.
have a good day, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wait. Cheers. What?